Kampala traders have yet again come out to announce that they will be closing their shops due to high taxes. One of the signs that the country is going backwards are these fictitious taxes. When the president doesn't have a listening ear. For a long period of time, the traders in Kampala have come out to agitate. Remember the conference they had in Kololo and they were echoing out their views. Even General MUSEVeni, since he derives his power in the gun, the contempt he has against traders shows that. Even one time threatened them that if they don't want to listen to him, they should go. You see a president who doesn't have a listening ear. A president who's, by the account of old age, is being detached from the reality. So today, the Kampala traders came out through their leader, Sechito, came out to announce some deadly issues about the taxes and the trading environment, which is, by the way, is falling to the Chinese. Chinese are now producing their things here. They are occupying shops in Uganda, which is not supposed to be the case. Issa Sechito said this. It's going to be a 4-minute video. Okay? I pray you watch it because it's going to form a basis of our discussion. Here's the tape.
If a community like the East African Community Customs Union passes the resolution and therefore agree on what to do on a sector, it should be respected. If the the maximum chargeable is 35%, you allow me to go below, but never to go above it. The taxes in kilos go above the mandated 35%. Therefore, later this whole thing an illegality. The traders are asking the government to please not do amendments, not reduce rates, but remove the taxes paid in kilos of garments. The revenue authority also and the government, especially Parliament and the Cabinet, needs to know that we are losing it as Uganda because of the very high values of import items, other than or compared to our neighboring states like Tanzania, Kenya, and the rest. What used to be Dubai of East Africa is now a punching bag. People who used to buy things here on time and then with the economies of scale, turnover, are now buying desperate.
Truth be told, what Issa Sechito is raising, I was in trade and I'm still trading. There was a time when Kampala had some exporters who would get things from here, take them to Congo and Rwanda. That ceases to exist. There are very many reasons. Secondly, we have ministers who don't have empathy, because empathy means that you put yourself in the shoes of a trader before you make any law. We have people who just look at the taxes they should get. We have honorable ministers who have never even dealt in chicken, yet they would want to preside over people who have been in trade for very many years. The informal sector is largely owned by the central people. So taxing them, you are driving people out of business. Remember, Uganda is a small economy. Putting too much taxes on people is not the answer. In fact, if was the Minister of Trade or the minister in charge of these traders, okay, reduce the taxes and throw the blanket to cover more, you'll get more taxes. Don't just put high taxes on small individuals, because taxpayers' money, according to URA, they are just a fraction. Very few people pay taxes. The tax to the GDP ratio in East Africa, I think Uganda has the smallest. Even Rwanda, the smallest country, has the biggest tax to the GDP ratio. So the problem with our leaders is they don't have empathy. Two, they have never even dealt in any trade. They make laws. They just import laws from America and other countries. Laws are supposed to be subjected to the trade and the economy of a country. You don't just import and bring to the country. That's why we get this backlash. Okay, let's continue.
From Kenya and Tanzania, because of the high taxes coming or culminating out of the high value that Revenue Authority is using. It is therefore imperative, ladies and gentlemen, that government sits with every sector so that we harmonize on which values can promote trade without denting the East African Community customs and the WTO guidelines. The other reason, ladies and gentlemen, why we are here, traders are crying that the influx of Chinese doing the trade here and the other foreigners has killed the entire trade order. In total disregard of the Trade Licensing Act 2012, in disregard of the Investment Code 2019, which laws stipulate what a foreigner is allowed to do and what is not being respected. Your Excellency, to also remind you that when we raised this matter in the State House, you told us this is something you will manage because it is your government people that are mismanaging it. You told us. You already cautioned us to avoid xenophobia, which means that if we treat people badly here, they will treat us badly in their own respective countries. Which thing we have not done. We are not xenophobic. We are already being realistic because we are losing out on every single business that has been remaining. It is now or never that government comes out to regulate and guide on how foreigners do business in Uganda. You are the manufacturer, you are the wholesaler, you are the retailer, you are equally the vendor. No country will allow this. The other issue, ladies and gentlemen, we recently went into a House Bill of Lading procedure on clearance of customs taxes. The Commissioner General, because of the infightings and the other mistakes, suspended the groupage. And instead ordered us all to subscribe the House Bill of Lading.
I know I don't have a lot of time. On the 1st of January 2008,
Principle. It becomes
So that is Issa Sachito, the leader of traders in Kampala. He talks about very many issues, even foreigners doing petty business here. Foreigners are supposed to be investors, build factories, create jobs. If they come and compete with Ugandans on smaller jobs, it becomes a problem. For example, even in China, they blocked very many people who had come to visit or to do trade from sleeping in certain hostels. They started make them sleeping in certain hotel where they could pay much more money for their economy. So if the president does not come out to protect the economy and the traders of the country, he doesn't know what he's doing. Remember, even regime change can be brought by trade unions since time immemorial. Even our independence, okay? People who came out on the forefront to fight for independence in Uganda, some were trade unionists, like Abukacha Mayanja and others. In South Africa, it was the same. So these movements by traders in Kampala, they can cause change. And I thank them that every time the government has tried to step on their head, they have come out loud and clear to say their views. Government should learn to have a listening ear. And as time goes by, as MUSEVENI is aging, such things are going to be normal, happening more and more. We are going to see the advantage changes in the country because MUSEVENI is not having the same tenacity as he used to be. The reason is why we are seeking change. Of course, that's my opinion. Do me by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so they can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. I remain yours truly, Mr. Makinde Kabye Sulaiman Mawagali, the next MP for Makinde East constituency. Peace.
Yes, Kavye Sulaiman Mawagali. I am putting in my request to fly the NUP flag high in Makinde East constituency so that I can represent the great people of Makinde East. Nkomyewo omulundi ogwokubiri n'obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Ebiwandiiko byange mbirese bibino.
Thank you.